Welcome back, and today I'm just going to summarize for you the email copywriter. Now, this is something that you can use with regards to keeping top of mind within the user's inbox. Now, I'm not sure about you, but my emails right now are always rammed with just tons of emails, like thousands and thousands. And so the reality is emails are a way of staying top of mind. So in the purchasing life cycle, not everyone's always ready to buy. Maybe they want to be interested 2 months, 3 months down the line. And so seeing your name come up on that list, staying top of mind, is a really good way of kind of living rent-free in someone's brain without massive amounts of marketing spend, okay? For example, I signed up to an email list for something that I was interested in a few years ago, right? So about 2 years ago. This year I actually purchased from that person. Why? Because I saw their emails almost weekly that were relevant pieces of content. Now, creating that content can always be sometimes quite time consuming, and actually it doesn't have to be. We built an email copywriter, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works because it's similar to the AI context, okay? So right now, this is generated fully with AI and custom values. To learn more about custom values and custom fields, you can just ask the AI chat widget, the difference between custom values and custom fields, or you can look at our most popular articles. You click in there and you will see a video where I break that down fully, but it's using AI prompting and custom values, okay? So if I go in here, we using an AI prompt that you'll see here about being an email copywriter specializing in outreach, and then we give the data. And as I said before, context is key and is the silver bullet to personalization in 2026 and beyond. And that's why it's better than standard automation, because it makes it personal at a individual lead level. So here has the prospect name, the pipeline stage, the information they submitted within their lead form or the ad or your website, wherever it may be, the context, so a summary of all that information, and then a check on the last email subject and body it sent. The reason why is we want to make sure every time we send an email, it is always a different email, but relevant. So, your task is to generate only one new subject email line based on the project's pipeline stage and context, and then take a different angle approach than the last email. So always keeping that content fresh. And then it gives it a few key rules, and then it does the same for the body, okay? So in the body, it has the contact name, the pipeline stage, it has the booking calendar, so it always drives them back to a booking, and all the other relevant information. So the client submit information, again, like what we do. A snapshot, if I was to take a snapshot of everything relevant to that lead, who you are as a business, what you're selling, what they want, what they're interested in, running that through a really strong AI prompt to create the email copy. And so what that does is it creates, as I said, consistently different but relevant emails to the user. So you'll see here the email, then it has the response as a custom value, and then a template. So it literally just posts this. And that is the response of all the inputs that we put into the AI. And so this is how it works. Okay, so how does that actually look like on the front end in terms of creating completely AI generated emails? For those that are concerned if they're going to be good or not, okay, which is a great question. So you'll see here, one of the questions we ask is what are the main service things that we offer? So this is a question that we ask the lead. What are your main service offerings or specialties? We give people a chance to buy their dream home at a lower cost than the market value, right? Now, over time, this user has been interacting with the business. And you'll see here, context. Streamer showed past interest but isn't ready to move forward. He hasn't booked an appointment yet. Still dealing with outreach and scaling in real estate, task. So again, this is where the AI is creating a task from all the things that we've given the data on. Share valuable insight or trend relevant to their real estate, ask genuine questions about how they're managing outreach and scaling, create curiosity, so on and so forth, right? Here you see the email. Hi, streaming and scaling outreach often means sacrificing personalization or hiring more coordinators. We provide AI automation services to streamline lead nurture and appointment booking so you can scale timely, tailored touches without extra headcount. Like, our AI prioritizes the hottest prospects, but that cuts wasted follow-ups and keeps agents focused on closing. How are you managing outreach and scaling booking today? Ready to explore. And then the appointment booking link and then a CTA, right? That's how it works. And so every time we create an email, it updates. So in his fields, he will have an update of everything going on. So actually this was an email, but you'll see here, this was the last email we sent him. Streaming, what's your outreach playbook? And then it's got another email breakdown here. And in terms of how we use that, this is for primarily the long-term nurture. So in the long-term nurture, also known as the forever follow-up, right? We do like a random number roll, right? Random number roll into different stages. And sometimes we send an SMS or a call with you on that package, or an SMS, an email, right? So on and so forth. On this email here, that's when we generate that email. So we use this generate as a way to stay top of mind for your leads and your prospects in a relevant way. So you have email, and the purpose of email is you might send a campaign to your leads. And that campaign can be sent when you have an offer on. So when you have a specific offer. Let's say you've got a discount going on, or you're celebrating a seasonal event, or whatever it may be. And then you have the GBT, email writer, which is our emails, our completely AI and personalized emails. This is for your drip content. This is how you keep people top of mind with the brand, engaged with the brand, in a way they don't forget you. So whilst they're getting that personalized outreach through SMS or a call, you're also on their inbox, so they're not going to forget about you, rather than just try to keep up with writing random emails. So again, if I was to draw a diagram on this, like we take all the info, and then we break that down into a specific prompt. So we have a prompt here. Right, it goes through, and that creates a nice sort of package that we then allow. That's like, instead of like it messy, we organize all that data into a package that then allows us to write the email, right, and send it out to the user. And so we know everything. And to make sure we don't send the same thing twice, we tell the AI what we sent in the past, so it makes sure it's always relevant, fresh angles to keep your prospects engaged and with you on the top of mind. So I hope that makes sense. Again, you don't really have to touch anything. If you want us to adjust it in any way by updating information, please let us know. And if you have more questions regarding how the email copyright driven by AI works, you can just hit that widget in the bottom right hand corner, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Speak soon.